The sun hasn't quite cleared the horizon. The house is silent except for the rhythmic tick-tick-tick of a stove igniter that won't catch. David stands up the kitchen island. He's wearing his work shirt, but it's unbuttoned. In front of him is a bluey lunchbox, 3 Tupperware containers, and a sticky note with a hand-drawn diagram of a turkey sandwich. He checks his watch, 6:31 a.m. He moves with mechanical precision. He cuts the crusts off the bread. He places 3 grapes, exactly 3, into a small compartment. David, to himself, grapes are a choking hazard if not halved. Right. He slices the grapes. His hands shake slightly. He stops, grips the edge of the counter, and breathes. On the fridge, a photo of Clara laughs at the camera. She's holding a toddler Maya. David avoids looking at it. The room is a disaster zone of glitter, stuffed animals, and discarded socks. Maya is buried under a mountain of blankets. David enters. He doesn't shake her. He stands by the window and pulls the curtains. David. T-minus 20 minutes to extraction, Maybug. A groan from the blankets. Maya, muffled. Is it a pancake Tuesday? David. It's a Wednesday, which means oatmeal, the lumpy kind, as you call it. Maya pops her head out. Her hair is a bird's nest, matted, wild, and daunting. David looks at the hair. It's his greatest adversary. Maya. You're looking at it with the scared face again, Dad. David, forcing a smile. I'm not scared of hair, Maya. I build bridges. I deal with structural integrity. Hair is just unorganized fibers. Interior bathroom, later. David is sitting on the edge of the tub. Maya sits on a stool. Between them is a detangling spray bottle that looks like it's been through a war. David attempts to brush. Snag! Maya. Ow! Sorry. I'm using the bottom-up technique I saw on YouTube. Maya. The guy on YouTube has a mannequin. I have a scalp, Dad. David. I know. I'm trying. He manages a ponytail. It's lopsided. He looks at it with the soul-crushing realization that he's failing at something simple. Maya, looking in the mirror. It's okay. It's artistic. She hugs his waist. David melts just a little. The tension in his shoulders drops an inch. The chaos of minivans. David watches Maya run toward the gate. She stops, turns, and gives him a thumbs up. He returns it. As he pulls away, his phone pings, a calendar alert. Clara's birthday, 2 days. He stares at the screen until the car behind him honks. David is looking at a blueprint. His boss, Mr. Henderson, walks by. Henderson. David, that load-bearing report for the Riverside project. You're 48 hours late. David. I'm sorry, sir. I had a plumbing issue at home. Henderson. You've had a lot of plumbing issues lately, Dave. Look, we all know what year this is for you, but the bridge doesn't care about your grief. It just needs to stay up. Take the afternoon. Go get your head straight. David doesn't argue. He packs his bag. He feels the weight of failing at work adding to the weight of failing at home. David is walking down the baking aisle. He sees a box of red velvet cake mix, Clara's favorite. He reaches for it, then stops. If he buys it, he has to bake it. If he bakes it, he has to explain to Maya why we're celebrating a birthday for someone who isn't there. He leaves the box. He buys a frozen pizza instead. Interior David's house, evening. Sarah, David's sister, is sitting at the kitchen table when David and Maya walk in. She has a bag of groceries and a determined look on her face. Sarah. You look like you've been hit by a truck, David. David. Nice to see you too, Sarah. Sarah, to Maya. Go wash up, Bug. I brought the good nuggets. Maya scurries off. Sarah turns to David. It's her birthday on Friday. What's the plan? David. There is no plan. We're going to get through the day. That's the plan. Sarah. You can't just get through it. Maya's asking questions. She asked me if we're still allowed to make the cake. David, sharply. I'm not baking a cake, Sarah. I can barely manage the oatmeal. Sarah. It's not about the cake, Dave. It's about the fact that you've turned this house into a library. No music, no mess. You're trying to engineer a life where nothing hurts, but you're just making it go numb. David, I am keeping her fed, clothed, and educated. I am doing my job. Sarah, you're her father, not her contractor. She leaves the bag of flour and cocoa powder on the counter. Sarah continued, the recipe is in Clara's old book, page 42. Don't let the kid think her mom is a secret we don't talk about. Maya is asleep. David sits in the living room. The house is too quiet. He goes to the closet in the hallway. He pulls out a box labeled Clara, Office. Inside are notebooks, pens, and a small wooden jewelry box. He opens the box. Inside is a lock of Maya's hair from her first haircut and a handwritten note, for the days when the sun won't come out. Love, C. He breaks. No sound, just his shoulders shaking as he sits on the floor of the hallway, surrounded by the remnants of a life that was supposed to be 60 years long, not 10. Interior Maya's bedroom, the next morning. Maya wakes up to find David sitting at the end of her bed. He hasn't slept. David. Maya? Maya. Yeah, Dad? David. What if we tried to do a French braid for tomorrow, for the birthday? Maya's eyes light up. The kind Mom did? With the little ribbon? David, swallowing hard. Yeah, the kind Mom did. Maya, but you said your fingers are too thick for tiny braids. David, I'm an engineer, Maya. I'm going to study. Interior David's workshop, night. This is where the 5,000-word depth comes in. We see a montage of David's obsession. He has a practice mannequin head, the kind beauty students use, clamped to his workbench, right next to a drill press and a soldering iron. He has a tablet propped up. A Dad's Guide to Braiding video is playing. Video narrator. And then you cross the left strand over the middle, not under. David's hands, calloused and scarred from years of manual work and structural inspections, fumble with the synthetic hair. David muttering, left over middle, tension on the right, maintain the anchor point. He fails, the braid unspools. He tries again. He stays up until 3 a.m. His workbench is covered in scrunchies, bobby pins, and detangler. It looks like a collision between a construction site and a hair salon. Act 4, The Cake and the Craft. Interior kitchen, Friday, Clara's birthday. The atmosphere is different. There is music playing, low, but it's there, one of Clara's favorite jazz albums. David and Maya are standing at the braiding table, the kitchen island. David, okay, sit still. This is the big one. He begins. His movements are slow. He's sweating. Maya, Dad? David, don't move the structural foundation, Maya. Maya, Mom used to hum when she did this. David stops. He takes a breath. He begins to hum. It's out of tune, but Maya smiles. He finishes the braid. It's not perfect. There's a bump near the ear, a few stray hairs are sticking out, but it's a French braid. It holds. David, whispering, structural integrity confirmed. The cake phase. The kitchen is no longer clean. Flour is on the floor. There is a red smear of food coloring on David's white shirt. Maya is helping, which mostly means licking the spoon and telling stories about her mom. Maya, remember when Mom tried to make the gingerbread house and it collapsed, and she said we should just pretend it was hit by a giant Cookie Monster earthquake? David laughs. It's a real laugh. It hurts his chest, but it feels good. I remember. I tried to tell her the icing to cookie ratio was off, and she threw a marshmallow at me. Maya, I miss her throwing marshmallows. David, softly, me too, Bug, me too. They put the cake in the oven. The smell fills the house, the smell of red velvet and cocoa, the smell of Clara. Act 5, The New Normal. The wind is cold. David and Maya stand before a modest headstone, Clara Elizabeth Vance. Maya is wearing her French braid. She looks like a miniature version of the woman in the photo on the fridge. They have a small slice of cake on a paper plate. They leave it by the stone. Maya. Happy birthday, Mommy. Daddy did my hair. He cried a little, but he did a good job. David wipes his eyes, laughing through the tears. I'm learning, Clara. I'm learning that I can't engineer the pain away. I just have to build a bigger house to hold it all. The cake is mostly gone. The dishes are in the sink. Maya is tucked into bed. David sits on the edge of the mattress. Maya? Yeah, Dad? Are we going to be okay? David looks at his hands. They are stained with flour and red dye. They are the hands of a man who builds things. Yeah, we're going to be okay. We're a bit lopsided, like your ponytail from Tuesday, but we're standing. The alarm goes off, 6:30 a.m. David gets up. He goes to the kitchen. He looks at the braiding table. He picks up the brush. He doesn't look at the diagram. He just waits for Maya to come out. On the fridge, he's added a new photo. It's a Polaroid